Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. This time I thought I would rank the albums of Nick Lowe, one of my all-time favourite artists. Now, about 2.5 years ago I did 3 videos on Nick Lowe. The first one was all his Brinsley Schwarz years and previous, like Kippington Lodge and so forth. The second one was the Rockpile years, and then the third one was the solo years up until today. I showed all the records that I had, but I've always fancied ranking the albums. So the first question I asked myself, should I include the Rockpile album from 1980? And I thought, yeah, why not? But if I do that, I'm going to have to include the Brinsley Schwarz albums, which I am going to do because he was the chief songwriter for Brinsley Schwarz. I'm also going to do something I've never actually done. I'm going to put in a compilation album into this ranking, and the reason will be explained whenever I come to it. And I'm also going to put in an unreleased album, so there's going to be 23 albums in total. So this could go on for a bit, so knuckle down and let's see if we can get through these. So 23 albums stretching from 1970 to 2020, so really it's a 50-year stretch. Okay, so my least favourite, and I say least favourite because I do like all these albums, you know, I at least like them. Some of them obviously are much better than the others, but the one I would think is the least would be this one here. And this is actually the debut album by Brinsley Schwarz in 1970. It's actually not a bad album, but it's the sound of it. It sounds like a Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young album. It's very, very acoustic. There's loads of harmonies in it, and there's a wee bit of a band sound in it as well, which not my style. There's 2 songs in particular I really love off this, and that's Shine Brightly, which is fantastic, and the very quirky little Rock and Roll Women, which is just an acoustic little number. Him to me is very good, the opener, but some of these songs are far too long, like Ballad of a Has-Been Beauty Queen, Lady Constant, and it's just not my favourite, so it gets 23rd place. At number 22, and from 1973, it's Brinsley Schwarz as well, and it's Please Don't Ever Change. Now this is a reissue that I bought in the very early 90s. This is a completely different cover to the original. Here's the original cover now. Okay, yeah, this is again, it's not bad. It's got Why Do We Hurt the Ones We Love on it, which I think is really good. It's like a ska type number. It has Play That Fast Thing One More Time on it, which was later re-recorded for the Rockpile album. But apart from that, there's nothing really else I'm big on. I Worry About You Baby is a decent ballad, and a couple of decent Ian Gum songs. Well, one, Hooked on Love, which I think he later re-recorded himself. Yeah, there's a version of Hypocrite by Bob Marley. It's an okay album, but it's one of its weakest, or their weakest, so that gets my number 22. And number 21, and this is the compilation I'm showing from 2020, and it's Walkabout, and the reason I'm showing this is side 1 is all new songs that had just come from 2 recent 12-inch EPs. So he's doing a bit of a Ringo Starr these days. I think he actually started this before Ringo, releasing EPs, but this is an American album, and the first half is 6 of those 8 songs that were on the EPs. The second half is Lost Straitjackets, and that's probably the reason why it's so low, because I'm not keen on just hearing almost like Shadows versions of his songs. But on the first side you have Crying Inside, which I love, Blue on Blue, which I love, and I love his version of Heartbreaker. So side 1 is great. Unfortunately, there's another cover version he did which he didn't put on this, and that was Cliff Richard's Travelling Light, which I absolutely love as well. But still, I really do enjoy this, and it's nice to hear the Lost Straitjackets do What's So Funny About Peace, Love and Understanding, Half a Boy, Half a Man, All Men Are Liars. There's even Friday on My Mind, but it's nice to hear once, but I would never play again. So Walkabout gets number 21. Number 20 from 2013 is the Christmas album, and it's Quality Street, and this is a very good album, but it's a Christmas album, so it can only ever be played at Christmas. I love the track Christmas at the Airport. It's an original and it gets played every year. The other original here, I believe, is I Was Born in Bethlehem, which is a lovely acoustic number. He does a good version of I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, and a little bit of a speeded up version of Silent Night. It's a good album, but Christmas album, I can't put it any higher, so it gets number 20. At number 19 is an unreleased album, and this would have been the last Brinsley Schwarz album. It's All Over Now. Yeah, this is good. We Can Mess Around was later recorded for the Abominable Showman album. Cruel to Be Kind was later re-recorded for Labour of Lust and became a big hit. As Lovers Do, I just love that song, and Dave Edmunds recorded it as the B-side of Here Comes the Weekend, and it was also the B-side of Crawling from the Wreckage. Everybody was a single. It's quite a bit of a glam stomp to it. Give Me Back My Love is a really good track as well. Yeah, this is a good album, but it's unreleased. 1975 it would have come out, but it finally got released in 2017. Okay, at number 18, and from 1984, and it's Coy Boy Outfit. Yeah, some really good songs on this, like Half a Boy and Half a Man, God's Gift to Women, and the cover Breakaway. Not too sure who actually recorded it originally. LAFS is the one I think was co-written with Elvis Costello, or was actually performed with Elvis Costello. I'm not sure, but it's not brilliant. Maureen's not a bad wee rocker, and Awesome is a decent instrumental track, but yet again it's not his best, but I still do quite enjoy this. I've actually ordered this album again, the reissue. It was about £8, and there's a free single with it which I don't have, so I'm looking forward to getting that. And I noticed that they chopped the track listing round a bit. This ends with LAFS, but Live Fast, Love Hard is actually the last track on the reissue, so that is my number 18. Okay, at number 17, and from 1990 we have Party of One, and this is a wee bit, it sticks out a little bit. This is like his rock and roll album and his last gasp at trying to be a pop star. It's produced by Dave Edmunds. It has got some really good songs on it, like You Got the Look I Like and I Want to Build a Jumbo Ark. Who's That Man is about, I think it's the fire that was in King's Cross Station around that time. All Men Are Liars is famous for Do You Remember Rick Astley? He had a big fat hit, it was Ghastly. Not the best of lines, but quite funny. I Don't Know Why You Keep Me On is the best song off this. It's not a bad album, but to me it's a little bit overproduced by Dave, sorry, but I think the production could have been pulled down a little bit. But that gets my number 17. And number 16 from 1972, and it's Brinsley Schwarz, Nervous on the Road. You would think this is a live album. It's not, although there is a couple of live tracks on it. It's got the really infectious Happy Doing What We're Doing, which I love. Surrender to the Rhythm, I think is magnificent, and you can see them perform that live on the old Grey Whistle test. It's on YouTube. Don't Lose Your Grip on Love is another beautiful ballad, as is Why. Now there is one song off this, and it's my favourite, and it's not a Nick Lowe song, it's an Ian Gom song, and it's been so long. This is a cracking good album. It's a little bit top heavy. Side 1 is much better than side 2, but still it gets my number 16. Number 15, and I'm going to go with the Rockpile album from 1980, and it's Seconds of Pleasure. Opens up with Teacher, Nick on vocals, brilliant. Now and Always with Nick is brilliant, as is When I Write the Book. The Dave songs don't really work as well. His If Sugar Was a Sweet is usually not bad, but I don't like Oh What a Thrill at all. Full Too Long, which is a Nick song and Dave sings it, it's okay, but the two sung by Billy Bremner are actually really good. You Ain't Nothing But Fine, and Heart, which is probably the best version of that song. So Rockpile's Seconds of Pleasure gets my number 15. Okay, number 14, and it's officially the last Brinsley Schwarz album and its new favourites of. Good album, and it's famous for having What's So funny about peace, love and understanding on it, and this is my favourite version of that song, not the Elvis Costello version, it's this version here. It also got the Ugly Things on it, and I got the Real Thing, which is a real Motowny number. The Look That's In Your Eye Tonight is a real beautiful little country number as well. They also do Now's the Time, which is a Holly song. It is a good album, but again, this is top heavy. Side 1 is much better than side 2, but yeah, decent album, and it gets my number 14. Number 13 from 1998, and it's Dig My Mood. I was a little bit disappointed when I first heard this, but there is some really good songs. Faithless Lover is beautiful. Lonesome Reverie really does, it just goes at a lovely pace. You do get the Johnny Cash type song of Man I've Become, and I Must Be Getting Over You's a little country number. But my favourite off this is the song called High on a Hilltop, which is magnificent. So number 13 is Dig My Mood. At number 12, and I would normally usually have this at the bottom of the Nick Lowe pile, of the solo pile, but this has really gone up for me, and that is The Abominable Showman. It starts off with We Want Action, which I love, and then Raging Eyes, which is like a Bruce Springsteen type song. Wish You Were Here features lead vocals with Paul Carrick, which is really good. Mess Around With Love, which is a great number, that was the old Brinsley Schwarz number. Saint Beneath the Paint, catchy. How Do You Talk to an Angel at the end is absolutely beautiful. So yeah, from 1983, this is a pretty damn good album, and again, I didn't really like it at the start, but now I absolutely love it. Okay, at number 11, and we go back to Brinsley Schwarz again, and it's the 1972 album Silver Pistol. And this has got the absolutely magnificent Nightingale on it. A little acoustic number, but it is absolutely beautiful. And the very haunting Egypt, which is great. The Last Time I Was Fooled was another fantastic song by them. And you get two of Ian Gom's best as well, Range War and Dry Land. Great songs. Title track Silver Pistol, great as well. Very, very good album. It does fall apart a little bit at the end with Juju Man and Rockin' Chair, but the first side and the first half of the second side are great. At number 10, and this is the highest of the Brinsley Schwarz albums for me, and it's Despite It All. Yeah, it does feature, this is the most country album, and it sounds like the Byrds' Sweetheart of the Rodeo. You do get Country Girl and Starship, which are really cracking good country numbers. Ebury Down is like your little acoustic number. Funk Angel really speeds along lovely, and Love Song is a great pop song. Very, very strong album. Only 8 tracks in this from 1970, Despite It All. Okay, at number 9, and we have At My Age from 2007. Yeah, a very, very strong album. A Better Man, I absolutely love. It opens it up. It's only 2 minutes and about 4 seconds long. It sounds like something Jim Reeves would sing, but it's fantastic. Hope For Us All is really good. Long Limbed Girl, about his ex-wife Carleen Carter, is a great little song. The Man in Love, really catchy, very acoustic-y. Not Too Long Ago is fantastic. Feel Again is fantastic. Very, very, very strong album. So from 2007. Now you do see a concert of him performing around this time on the Quiet Please Greatest Hits. There's a DVD, and he looks so ill. He looks really, really, really thin. But this is a very strong album. A number 8 from 1985, and it is this one here, and this is The Rose of England. Very, very good. This is like the brother of the Coy Boy Outfit album, but the songs are far better. Darling Angel Eyes, really catchy, opens it. 7 Nights to Rock, great little rocker. The Rose of England, great song, covered by Graham Parker. He does his own version of I Knew the Bride when she used to rock and roll in this, which is very good. Indoor Fireworks, the Elvis Costello song from the is it the Costello Show album, and I can't remember the name of The King of America. Very good. Hope to God I'm Right is one of the catchiest little songs you will ever hear. Very, very good album, and that's my number 8. And number 7, and probably his most laid back album, and it's The Convincer from 2001. Homewrecker, it goes at a funeral pace. Only a Fool Breaks His Own Heart. It's a great song. My favourite of this is a song called Indian Queens. Really, really good. You have the Has She Got a Friend, which is a real country number. She's Got Soul, magnificent song. I'm a Mess, very good. And Let's Stay In and Make Love, very good. Yeah, it's a really strong album, but it is very laid back, extremely laid back. But yeah, it gets my number 7. At number 6, and I'll show the reissue for this one, and it's Nick the Knife. This is actually the American cover. The British cover is very similar, but not quite as nice. I love this. I bought this on tape in 1989 when I was working in Jersey as a barman, and used to play the tape constantly. Heart is on this. Burning was the single, great song, and then it goes into the reggae version of Heart. My Heart Hurts and Couldn't Love You Any More Than I Do are two fantastic songs. Queen of Sheba's great. Let Me Kiss You's great. Too Many Teardrops, which was co-written by Carleen Carter, and Squeeze used to perform this live, is fantastic. Raining Raining, beautiful, beautiful song. Yeah, absolutely love it. One's Too Many and 100 Ain't Enough's very good as well. Yep, so that gets my number 6, one of my favourite Nick Lowe albums. And number 5, and it's probably his most successful, Labour of Lust. Now this is the UK version, so this doesn't feature American Squirm on it, but it does feature Endless Grey Ribbon, which I absolutely love that song. I love the both of them. I would have loved American Squirm to be on this as well, but this is the one with Cracking Up on it, and the true best version of Cruel to Be Kind. Born Fighters is on this, really good. Without Love, which was covered by Johnny Cash, is a fantastic song. And one of my favourites off this is a song called Dose of You, which is great. This is a rock pile album, but it's really, the songs are so strong on it. So Labour of Lust gets my number 5. And my number 4, and it's the one before it, and it's Jesus of Cool. Now this is the reissue I bought in the early 90s on Gatefold, but I've got the other one as well, but this is in better nick, so I thought I would show it. This is the one with I Love the Sound of Breaking Glass on it, and So It Goes, and Mary Provost. I think my favourite song off this is either Knotted by Reality or Little Hitler, which was co-written with Dave Edmunds. Heart of the City's on this, but it's the live version. This starts off with one of the worst songs he's ever done, called Music for Money, although I do quite like it, but it's such a poor opener. You know, I don't know why he opened it with it. This also is slightly different to Pure Pop for Now People, which is the American version, and I think they opened it with So It Goes. It was a better way to open the album, even though that album did include Roller Show, which is a tribute to the Bay City Rollers. But still, yeah, it's a fantastic album. It's just a pity about the opener, Music for Money. Okay, number 3 from 2011, and it's The Old Magic. And whenever this came out, I played this constantly, and you know, I almost really did get sick of it. It's got Stoplight Roses, opener beautiful, Checkout Time's great, House for Sale, video for that is absolutely brilliant. Sensitive Man, my favourite song off it. I Read a Lot. There's a song on here called You Don't Know Me At All. I absolutely adore it. There's a little bit of a sort of a reggae feel to it. Gorgeous. Somebody Cares For Me is very keyboard heavy, but it's really, really good. Restless Feeling, The Poison Rose, the Elvis Costello song, very good. Fantastic album from 2011. So the only thing I don't like about this is it's on 45 RPM. It's on one disc, but it spins at 45, and I just think that's a little bit weird. So number 2 and number 1, I was chopped about, and I'm going to put this at number 2 for today, and it's The Impossible Bird from 1994. This is just a top class album. He does a version of True Love Travels on a Gravel Road, which was originally done by Elvis, which is just so good. Soulful Wind is a really good opener. Where's My Everything has got that sort of Johnny Cash feeling to it. It also has The Beast in Me on it, which was released by Johnny Cash the same year, 1994, on his American Recordings album. My favourite song off this is Withered on the Vine, which is a very tender acoustic love ballad, which I absolutely love. I love the words of it. 14 Days is great. Drive Through Man, such a cool song. Shelly My Love was also covered by Rod Stewart on one of his mid-90s albums. This is an absolutely fantastic album from '94, and this is he'd given up being a pop star. He's just writing really good songs, so brilliant album, and my number 2. Okay, and my favourite album, and a lot of people don't like this that are Nick Lowe fans, and it's Pinker and Prouder Than Previous from 1988. I think this is magnificent. So many different styles of music. You have opener You're My Wildest Dream, which is possibly my favourite Nick Lowe song. Really good hypnotic song with a really good I think it's a guitar loop in it rather than a keyboard loop. Crying in My Sleep could have been sung by Johnny Cash. Big Hair is like a little rockabilly number. I Got the Love is catchy. Black Lincoln Continental is an old Graham Parker song. Cry It Out is reggae, but it's really good. Geisha Girl is country at its finest. Wishing Well is like a new wave song, and Big Love is just a really good song. I love this album. I got this in Christmas 1988 from the girlfriend at the time, and I've loved it ever since. Fantastic album. That's my number 1 Nick Lowe album. Okay, so that took quite a while. That's 23 albums. Before I sign off, I was going to include this, but I decided not to, Little Village, because Nick only sings 2 songs on it. And this is Little Village, or like the little supergroup with Nick Lowe, Ry Cooder, Jim Keltner and John Hyatt. It's a good album though. If you're looking for any compilations of vinyl, Brinsley Schwarz, this is the best one, 15 Thoughts Of. And it features a really good song that's not on any of the albums called There's a Cloud in My Heart, which I love. Vinyl wise, the only other 2 Nick Lowe comps I have, and they only cover the first 4 albums, and it's this one here, 16 Old Time Lows, which covers the period Jesus Is Cool and Labour of Lust. Very good album. And Nick's Knack, which covers the next 2 albums, Nick the Knife and The Abominable Showman, plus a couple from Labour of Lust as well. Okay, that's me. Hope you enjoyed that. Nick Lowe, fantastic artist, brilliant producer as well. Produced Elvis Costello's best albums, produced The Damned's first album, produced Pretender's first single, produced a lot of artists. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.